So before I get back to work, today has been a really strange morning rather. So in the morning there was this guy who came in and he was asking about a certain product. He was asking about these patches, like the ones that you iron on your shirt. So then he's like, "Oh, where is it from?" I'm like, "Oh, are you like I heard how much is it for some reason?" So I'm like, "If you flip over the patch, it tells you the price of it." And he's like, "No, I don't want to know the price. I want to know where it's from." I'm like, "Oh, it's from a company called Stay Home Club." And then later he's like, "Oh, well, my dog's not that cool, so I'm not gonna get it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I didn't mind. But I guess for some reason he felt like I was offended. So he's like, "Oh, sorry, I hope you didn't take it personal." I'm like, "Oh, no, it's fine." So then he went away. And then while he was gone, this customer comes in and he's like, "Is your manager pregnant?" I'm like, "No." And then he's like, "Is anyone pregnant?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he runs back out, and this is a different guy. I'm like, "What the fuck? So random." And then after a few minutes, the guy comes back, the one about the patch, saying, "Oh, I don't want to get it because my dog's not cool," or something like that. He comes back and he's like, "Hey, like, here, this is for you. Like, I feel really bad for what I said, and I hope you didn't take it to heart. It's not a vegan treat or anything like that, but I just want to get it for you because I felt really bad. It's a strudel." I'm like, thanks. You don't have to." And so this is it. It looks really good, but I don't know if I should eat it. I showed it to my manager and she's like, "Oh, well, if you eat it, we'll watch you and we'll make sure that you're safe." But so random. And this is not the first time a customer's given me like food, which is really strange. I don't know why, but I'm probably gonna eat it knowing me. Hi, baby. Oh, he's so cute. Hey strangers, so today commences my weekly vlog in real time, which I'm happy because my last vlog was quite long, is because I had to accumulate all those clips together. But as you saw, Luxie's here with me today because Alex has some like pest control thing in his apartment, so obviously cats can't be there. So that's why I have her today, but my plan of battle is to go grocery shopping, which is not going to be a huge one today just because I didn't really eat my groceries from the last couple weeks. But depending on how I feel, because right now I have a huge headache, I might go to the Korean market again. I'm unsure whether or not I want to do that. But today I'm just going to chill, lay low, and stay home, look for other apartments still, and possibly call other apartment complexes. But it's just hard because the date that I give my 2 months notice is going to be the date that I should know where I want to move, and I'm just scared that I can't find a place within 2 months because that's when other apartments will know whether or not there's a room available. So it's kind of like a battle scheme. I also had to talk to my roommate's friend to see what's going on in her mind, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with life right now, so it's kind of tough. But yeah, I just can't wait to move out of here, sort of, because the construction workers here are so loud, and this morning I got woken up by it. I just hear them arguing outside. It's like, guys, do you guys not know that there are people living here that we don't want to hear your conversations, you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm gonna step out and then leave her alone for a bit, and then I'll come back. And I also have to buy litter sand for her because she's running out. So I just finished grocery shopping, and the moment you realize that the groceries litter box was like 5 something, whereas here it's like $10. Sucks. Also brought home this poinsettia thing from work. Hi, baby. Honestly, if this was my own place, I would probably get a cat. But then if I want to travel in the future, I don't think it's a good idea to get a cat. But anyways, I'm gonna start on dinner. Probably just gonna heat up my chicken from last night. Half the chicken, half the potato wedges, and keep the other half for work tomorrow. And then I forgot I had a strudel from the stranger yesterday, so I'm probably gonna try that, and hopefully I don't die. Oh yeah, I also have fried rice. I have lots of food, so it's good. So for a quick lunch, I made myself some miso soup and boiled some seafood. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. And then on the side is gonna be hoisin sauce and hot sauce. I'm probably gonna cut some strawberries as well, just to have some fruit on the side. But I got this from the Korean market, and it was such a fail because the first time I used it, I thought that there was no paste whatsoever. So I'm like, what kind of a miso soup is this? It's so dry. And then when I dug inside of it today as I was cleaning my cupboards, I found a bunch of like paste. So I'm like, oh great, there it is. So I'm just gonna eat that while eating those gummies that I bought earlier this week for my whole vitamin intake. But let's taste this. It's good. It's perfect. I know I'm at a good point. I'm happy today, but it just helps me get rid of the whole stress of looking for a new place. But hey, what are you doing there? She's so weird. Now, I don't think Alex can get her today because he's busy putting things back in order with his place. He's having a hard time too, so. So I have a headache, and it's been going on for like a couple hours now, and I'm glad that I didn't accept a shift today because I was kind of thinking of getting a shift today, but if I did, I would have been dead because of this headache. But I'm using this cold compressor that Alex gave me. It's pretty cute, but I have no use for it, but I think it's helping with my headache a little bit. So hopefully my headache will lighten up soon because I want to film a video for you guys, beauty-wise. And I also want to clean and work out a little bit at home, but it's like, if my headache is still going, I don't know. And I love this song. It's old, but I love it. Can't even bob my head too hard because, you know. I'm waiting for Jay to do his little raid, and oh my god, look how much people there are. It's actually quite surprising. Look at all the people. There's more. Jay is somewhere there. But basically what this is they got an invitation for like a private raid. And for you non-Pokemon Go players, a raid is when like you get to battle in a certain place where the game decides to put a gym there. So you get to battle like a rare form of Pokemon, and they're battling for Mewtwo, and I've never gotten an invitation before. I think it's because I rarely do raids by myself. I only do it when I'm around Jay or his friends. But today I felt so shitty, like, because last night Jay threw a party, and it was fun, but I felt like I drank a little too much or mixed a little too much. So then I somehow found my way of cleaning up the apartment, and then later in the morning I just felt super sick. Like, I knew I was gonna call in sick, but I didn't feel that bad when I called in. Like, I just felt kind of nauseated. But then right before calling in, I puked like a lot. So I was like, shit, like, I know for sure I cannot come in, and I feel so bad because the other shift I switched it with, not switched, I gave it up for somebody because I was doing an apartment viewing, which I think I recorded a little bit for you guys. But yeah, like, I couldn't really go to any of my shifts this week except tomorrow for a meeting. So luckily, they're really understanding if you're sick. I've seen people who call in and they take it really well, so it's fine, but it's just not my nature to do calling ins that much. But I'm kind of glad that I did, because when I was in the car with Jay earlier, he did another raid before this one, and I felt so sick. Like, I had to close my eyes for a little bit, and then you know how when you know something's coming up, you're just like, fuck, like, you don't want to think about anything, and when you close your eyes, all you can focus on is the motion of things. So right when I opened my eyes, it was so bright that like my stomach was churning, and I was like, okay, I have to like step out a bit. And before I could even finish that sentence, like, I puked, and I had to cover my mouth. So like, this coat is gross right now. My scarf is a goner. So yeah, so irresponsible. Oh my god, there's more people joining in. This is crazy. Look, they're all like huddling up. Insane. I wish I was part of it, but there's easily over like 30 people there, for sure.
Noodle.
Is it the cold one?
Yes, the like the very cold glass noodle one.
I'm like, oh shit, boss lady.
It's what the hell that is?
So
I think it's a Lotus. No, 3%.
So good.
Gas station though.
So they use cameras to replicate this.
What happened?
I don't know, you tell me. Okay, go.
Just 2 is fine. I'll try some.
And if you take picture.
At the Korean restaurant with none other than this turd. We're gonna try this cheese tteokbokki. Oh my god, my mouth is watering.
Oh my god, it's gonna burn your mouth.
I know, that's fucking hot. So let's try this out.
Oh.
Mmm, it's good. Try it out.
Oh my god.
It's man.
It's like a cheesy squid.
Oh my god, it is like a cheesy squid without the crispiness. Oh, it's good.
Are you gonna watch it happen?
No. Need a bone.
Trying to take food home.
Man, see another ice sculpture. It's legit ice.
Isn't it melt now?
No. So cool. The one in downtown, surprisingly.
And what are their prices like downtown?
Well, the one that my friend is in right now, he is paying almost about the same, 1,100 or even 1,200. Yeah.
This one's
But it's not this big,
yeah.
for
This
sure.
one's 1,100.
Uh-huh.
You pay your own high road if you need parking.
Right.
It's $50 a month.
$50 a month?
Yeah.
And is there visitor parking?
Yeah. If you have somebody come and stay, then
Yeah.
we would give you a weekend pass or
Right.
depending on how long they were staying.
Yeah.
If it was just overnight, we would just tell you, put a little note in the windshield.
Yeah.
Visiting unit 1 or 001.
What are you doing? I can't reach it. There's no reply to
This place.
any text.
Where's Paul's? And I am trying this thing right here. So it's kind of like a cheese jelly, which is really strange, but I'm gonna try it out.
For dessert now that we need won't be enough if I was like coming later for just desserts, you know.
Oreo's like
Not edible. Paper.